This has closed more yeses than I think any other module I use. I've already done a GPS, but I'm trying to get these folks understand some basic concepts about that diverter. So let's just go to it. If you're not using this, just get comfortable. Okay? Play around with it. So comparing account types, deciding which types of accounts to use in your savings can be complicated. This is all just like the choices you make around tax treatment and access may be just as important. Okay, just ask Warren Buffett. Comparing your choices and seeing the differences side by side can be helpful. Whew, let's go here. So let's just talk about this. Okay, so let's look at a I don't know. Don't so use a longer time frame than just to retirement. Go all the way out to life expectancy on this. Okay, so let's go let's do a 60-year time frame. Okay, and we're going to use effective tax rate. That's fine. 25%. Let's use 20 here, and you can do this just on the fly with somebody, or you can have it pre-prepared. But I'm going to show you how easy it is. I'm not going to inflate any contributions, and I'm going to say, let's put 10 grand into an account per year. Okay. And we're not going to inflate them. And we're going to put the money in from today, and we're going to do 30 years of contributions. Okay. We're not going to inflate the withdrawals. And then we are going to start taking money. We're going to go like this out if we're funding it for 30 years, we're going to do 31 through year 60. So now we've just set the stage here on the left. Now we're going to add new accounts. And again, remember, you get to choose what type of account do you want to put the money in. This is not salesy. This is you can put the money anywhere you want. What do you want me to do? Well, let's put it in a taxable account. Cool. Okay. And we're just going to call it taxable. Before we get into the assumptions, I'm going to say, all right, you could put the money into what could we do? Put the money into a tax-free account. Okay. And what could that be? Well, we'll talk about that. What else could you do? Now, I'm talking to Jeff about this one. So Noel, maybe we can put a little pin in this. When somebody says, hey, I want to put the money into cash value life insurance, what is that? Looks terrible. Well, we're going to get there, but for now, I'm going to just leave it at that. Okay. And so let's go like this. I don't have any money in either of these, and I don't have a basis in either one of them. And let's say this taxable account, I'm not going to get into the weeds too much here, but 50% of the gain each year is subject to ordinary income, and the other is capital gains at 50% when you take it out. Okay. And then I'm going to put in a growth rate of, let's use their number, 8%. Okay. And we're not going to use any fees. Okay. That's fine. All right. So I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. 8%, no fees. Good. Let's move along. So now I just go like this, comparing them side by side. Taxable on the left, tax-free on the right. Now, I love this. Taxable, I put in 10 grand. I earned some interest, but I had to take a withdrawal from that interest of $100. What the heck is that? I had to pay tax on 50% of my growth that year. So where's the money coming from? $100, had to take it out of the account. Whereas in this tax-free environment, 10 grand, I earn 8%, it's all mine. See, there is no withdrawal here. Okay. So then let's just move forward. Notice that withdrawal, that number's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Again, you are making a cognitive, deliberate decision to put the money into a taxable account. What you might not be cognitive of is the tax consequences until it's too late. Okay. There's a gentleman, his name is Bill Burke. He uses Circle of Wealth. He owns a company called Ground Rush Financial, and I love that name. The reason it's called that, it is a skydiving term. And it says, there isn't a problem until there is, right? Until it's too late at that point. You can see the problem. You can see the problem. As soon as you can see the problem, it comes into focus. It's toothpaste is out of the tube. Okay. In the world of skydiving, it means you're too close to the ground to pull the chute. In the world of finance, it's holy cow, I've been doing this. Now if I'm 30 years old, now I'm 50, I got all this money in this taxable account. And I'm paying $4,100 a year in taxes. And I can't out earn the tax. I can't out earn the tax. Brutal. Over here, I don't have it. Great. Don't even have the problem. So now let's go here. Oh. So now I'm at year 30 and I got $1 million in here and I got 1.2 over here. This is where the vast majority of calculators and people that I've seen do this, they stop. That was a $213,000 mistake. We can get into some of that's tax, some of it's opportunity cost, right? Blah, 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 blah. But if you stop there, you're not doing the problem justice. What I mean by that is this. The problem doesn't end. Now you got to take money out. This is huge. I mean, like bigger than you could ever imagine. In this account, for me to have this money go to zero, to have this account go to zero at year 60, I can take out enough money to get $70,000 of after-tax money. Now, why? That seems high. Well, that's because I still have to pay tax on the earnings in the account. That's huge. I don't just have to pay tax on the withdrawal. I have to still pay tax on the earnings in the account. Over here, right? I don't. So let's just go through and, whew, man, and look at my income. My after-tax cash flow is spendable income on the left is going down. On the right, it's not. It's staying there at 100,627. Tax-free income. Tax-free just money. Way more powerful than you think. Okay? So you can then get in and you can use this, and we're not going to get into this today. Maybe we can do this on another webinar or something like that. You can get into market history on this and show different sequence risks. Actually, here, I'll do it real quick, right? Let's just go. What did we use before? We used a 30-year time frame. Let's go 1995 through 2024. S&P price, 1995. This is such a great teaching tool for sequence risk. Okay, here we go. And remember, when I do my side-by-side, okay, same thing, okay, great. We get out here, okay, we got out to year 30. Now it's a whew, what a difference. And then I go like this. Now it's 75,560 versus 128. Okay, but I can also then look at, if I wanted to, so this is 1995 through 2024. I can then go down here and I can shuffle the market. And what does that shuffling the market have? The difference on rates of return is pretty incredible.